Alexandria Ocasio Cortez was on the Daily Show with Trevor Noah. And it was actually quite shocking. Obviously, I don't watch that show. Nobody else does either. But it was quite shocking. We want to give a hat tip to our buddy Brian at Right Scoop. Listen to this. Cut 9, go.
If people pay their fair share, if corporations and the ultra-wealthy, for example, as Warren Buffett likes to say, if he paid as much as his secretary paid, 15%, if he paid a 15% tax rate, if...
Stop. I would kill to pay a 15% tax rate. My effective tax rate is 50%. She's a moron. I would kill to pay a 15% tax rate. Go ahead.
If we reverse the tax bill, but raised our corporate tax rate to 28%, which is not even as high as it was before. Right. If we do those two things and also close some of those loopholes, that's $2 trillion right there. That's $2 trillion in 10 years. And it's one of the wide estimates is that it's going to take $3 to $4 trillion to transition us to a 100% renewable energy economy. So we got $2 trillion from folks paying their fair share, which they were not paying before the Trump tax bill. Right. They weren't paying that before the Trump tax bill. If we get people to pay their fair share, that's $2 trillion in 10 years. Now, if we implement a carbon tax on top of that, so that we can transition and financially incentivize people away from fossil fuels. If we implement a carbon tax, that's an additional amount of a large amount of revenue that we can have. And then the last key, which is extremely, extremely important, is reprioritization. Just last year, we gave the military a $700 billion budget increase, which they didn't even ask for. They're like, we don't want another fighter jet. They're like, don't give us another nuclear bomb. You know? They didn't even ask for it, and we gave it to them. And so a lot of what we need to do is reprioritize what we want to accomplish as a nation. And really what this is about is saying healthcare is important enough for us to put first. Education is important enough for us to put first. And that is a decision that requires political and moral courage from both parts of the aisle, period.
Let me say one thing that's very positive coming out of her comments. If you are a complete idiot, you can get elected to Congress too. Rambling on. If this young lady was sitting in your high school political science, social studies, history, current events class, whatever you want to call it, you'd be rolling your eyes. The stupidity, the confusion is just alarming. Absolutely alarming. And they push her out there. Now, Mr. Producer, I want us to try again. We've tried to get her on the radio show, correct? My guys have tried to get her on Levin TV. My other guys have tried to get her on Life, Liberty, and Levin. She won't come on. Just be very polite. Say, hey, look, he wants to have a serious discussion with you about democratic socialism versus republicanism, little r, and capitalism. That he, that is I, believe is far more compassionate and humane than democratic socialism. And we can do this for a whole hour. I'll have her on for the entire hour. Let's give it another shot, okay? I'm quite serious about this, folks. And I won't, it'll be tough. I won't be snarky or sarcastic or won't talk down to her. I say, it'll be tough, but keep it at a very high level, and let's get at it. Same with Bernie Sanders, her mentor. How many times have we asked his office to come on this show? Repeatedly, right, Mr. Producer? What, do they just ignore you? Is that it? They don't even answer you. Yeah. Why, am I part of the proletariat or something? We've tried to get him on my Fox show. We've tried to get him on CRTV, on Levin TV. It just won't answer. Why do they hide from me? I'm just a stupid talk show host, just a right-wing conspiracy kook, you know. But I want to talk to them about their philosopher kings, about Hegel, Marx, and Engels. I want to talk to them about their views on government, their views on public policy. I want to talk to them about the Constitution and whether or not they support it, and the wording in the Declaration, what they think about it. How hard can this be? I'll talk to them about all the big taxes. We can talk about taxing the rich, the top 1%, free college, free health care, free this, free that. I don't know why. They don't want to talk to me. Be more than happy to talk to them. In fact, Bernie Sanders can even go on and on about tariffs. I'm happy to talk about that, as you well know, folks. Sure, we'll talk about tariffs. Whatever he wants. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.